Imagine coming home after a long school day. All you want is to rest, maybe scroll a bit. But then you remember that one essay for English class. You are drained and your school homework is definitely not your top priority. So, like many of us, you take the easiest route. You ask your old friend ChatGPT for help. A few clicks and boom, your 500-word praise of the Shakespeare poem is ready. AI makes it easier than ever to avoid Monday tasks. But here's a question we rarely ask. At what cost? 2 years ago, I joined the New York Junior Academy of Sciences, a project-based program where students take on a STEM challenge. I chose AI. I was excited to build my own chatbot, thinking I was doing something innovative and helpful. But while researching ways to improve my project, I stumbled upon an article that stopped me cold. According to the Scientific American Journal, when OpenAI trained GPT-3, the process produced around 500 tons of carbon dioxide. That's the same as 855 round trips to Munich. 855 for one model. We often think AI exists in the cloud, floating, effortless, but that is far from the truth. The cloud isn't floating in the sky. AI exists here, on Earth, as massive data centers. An AI data center is a special building filled with powerful computers made to handle artificial intelligence tasks. These centers give AI systems the tools they need to learn from large amounts of data and make smart decisions. They typically consist of storage systems, networking infrastructure, and specialized hardware accelerators. AI centers help train and run advanced AI programs, like voice assistants or self-driving cars. But those same cool sci-fi centers need constant cooling, and above all, power. That power largely comes from fossil fuels. And it doesn't stop at electricity. Chip production, server cooling, maintenance, supply chains, all of it leaves a mark. A University of Massachusetts study found that training one AI model produces about 626,000 pounds of carbon dioxide, as much as nearly 5 times the lifetime emissions of the average car. And the demand is growing. By 2027, AI can consume as much energy as a country, like Sweden or the Netherlands. Today, data centers already account for about 1% of global electricity use and result in nearly 0.6% of total carbon emissions. This number is expected to triple as AI popularity increases. Why does it matter? Because burning fossil fuels for electricity leads to air pollution, thermal damage to ecosystems and water bodies, and solid waste, including hazardous materials. And the consequences? They're not hypothetical. They're happening now. Wildfires, droughts, floods, rising sea levels. And this is just the beginning. So, what happens when AI grows even more? When billions of people rely on it daily? If AI's energy use grows at its current rate, it could become a leading contributor to global warming. Will we reach an energy crisis driven by technology meant to make our lives smarter? The good news, we can still change the course. When I first learned about AI's carbon footprint, it made me rethink my chatbot project. Did I need to use the most energy-hungry AI models just because they were easy? That's when I decided to make my code efficient. But don't worry, you don't have to be a programmer to reduce your AI consumption. There's something all of us can do. Start with a 7-day AI pause. Not forever, just 1 week. Here's how it works. Every time you go to open ChatGPT or any other AI, pause and ask yourself 3 simple questions. Can I do this on my own? Is this worth the energy it will consume? Is AI helping me think or replacing my thinking? Write down in your notebook or notes app which prompts you decided to use and which not. At the end of the week, go back to your log. Reflect on what you want to carry forward. Maybe you decide, I'll only use AI for second drafts, or I won't use AI for creative ideas. Of course, it would be hard to eliminate AI use completely. But I could find companies that invest in green AI. So here is a challenge for you. Take 15 minutes to research the AI tools you use the most. Where do they get their energy? Do they invest in clean power, like wind or nuclear? Then try this. Switch to at least one greener alternative for the next 10 days. For example, instead of ChatGPT, I use Ecosia AI, a similar tool because they plant trees for every search. Did the new model still get the job done? Think whether you can switch to it permanently. And finally, we can push for policy change. Policy can feel distant, but it isn't. Real changes start with what we talk about, share, and vote for. And you can start with this. Look up a law related to AI and the environment in your country. Start with the EU AI Act or the US Blueprint for the AI Bill of Rights. Share a post about it on social media. And finally, sign a petition or join a climate-focused organization. Try Fridays for Future, Earth Uprising, or AI for Climate. AI is not inherently good or bad. It's a tool, shaped by how we use it. The question is, will we use it responsibly? We often think of climate change as a battle fought by governments and corporations, but the truth is, individual choice matters. How we interact with AI today will shape the environmental future we live in tomorrow. So let's choose wisely. Let's use AI not just intelligently, but mindfully. Because if we don't, the cost won't be just measured in megawatts or emissions. It will be measured in the future of our planet. Thank you.